The live adaptation of The Little Mermaid, I found this one enjoyable for what it turned out to be. And not just that, the reason I went into this with low expectations is because a lot of live adaptation Disney movies have been downright awful over the last couple of years. But not only was this film enjoyable, it was entertaining, but at the same time, it does have its flaws. Well, to be honest, this movie turned out to be better than I thought it was going to be. And just like the anime movie, the story of this one is that Ariel makes a deal with the Sea Witch in order to become human so she can know a man named Eric. And from there is a film, while flawed, it actually does some things really well, in my opinion. Now granted, because this is a different interpretation of The Little Mermaid, some things were changed for story reasons. Some I thought was clever, others I just thought was downright annoying. But it wasn't enough to take me out of the movie. And more importantly, this film was fun than it was boring. At the end of the day, if you grew up watching the Little Mermaid anime film, then definitely check this one out because while not perfect, it is certainly worth the time. Now, Halle Bailey, she actually did a great job playing Ariel. For the record, I never had a problem with them race swapping the characters simply because this is a film about mermaids, people. So I don't take it seriously like that. And also, she has a great singing voice as well. The music in this one is enjoyable, but there are 3 new songs in this film. I was like, I don't know about this. It felt like they did that for the sake of the runtime. And speaking of which, why was this movie 50 minutes more than the original 89 film? In fact, one song felt like it was completely out of place, and I was like, this is just a little odd. Overall, I thought that Jonah Hauser-King did a great job as well playing Eric. The chemistry between these 2 actors, it works simply because they have a lot more screen time, these 2 characters, Ariel and Eric. Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, I was a little bit nervous when I first heard about it because, she has some movies over the last couple of years that I just didn't like. I was like, I hope, she really brings her A game, and she did. There's one scene, I won't spoil it, but it was like a Melissa McCarthy moment. I was like, it just had to put that in there. The actor that had played King Triton, let's just say that it wasn't great. I mean, King Triton doesn't have the anger like he did in the original 89 movie. And speaking of which, I thought The Little Mermaid from that time, it was a different thing altogether. They didn't flesh out those characters enough. Learn about so much more of the characters' backstories, how it was spanning upon. I did like that. Now, as far as the visuals, they looked alright. I mean, some unwatched scenes looked pretty bad. The CGI. And overall, I just thought it could improve upon some things. Like, this movie didn't have to be so long. It could have cut down on 20 minutes, and they still would have got that point across pretty quickly, if I do have to say so myself. Overall, this is not a bad movie. This could have been a complete dumpster fire. Thankfully, it's not. But more importantly, this is a fun film for the entire family. And it's a movie that I enjoyed, like I mentioned before. It could have been better, absolutely, but it's still far from a disaster. I'm giving this film a 7 out of 10. This was fun and delightful. Certainly a surprise movie for me this year, and while I wouldn't put this over the animated film, this one did keep me interested despite the issues I had with this movie. Nonetheless, when it comes down to it, this movie is decent. It's not great as it could have been, but it is a lot better than the other Disney remakes out there. And that's my review of The Little Mermaid. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie if you have seen it. Okay, this is Slum Guy 172 saying peace out.